So I think this problem of water in Burkina Faso and the Sahel is a big enough problem that so many of us, if we get our oars in the water together, we can address it. So I think the United States government is trying to do our share in trying to mobilize resources to address constraints to water, but so too are we working with non-governmental organizations and partners and donors and communities together to manage the water resources that are available to us in a way that generates a much more safe and productive future. I think there's a great partnership between the United States government and non-governmental organizations that together we could really tackle this problem and get success in this generation. So one of the things I think that explains why the United States Embassy wants to work with partners that are at the cutting edge of engagements with population is that so many of the challenges facing Burkina Faso today can be addressed through knowledge, through an exchange of knowledge, through best practices, through involving communities in ways that the community members can really bite into and change behaviors. Some of the things that I've seen where we've seen fabulous progress have been on simple sanitation practices. And so if you engage the community, go to where they are, via theater, via community actors who are connected to those communities and change behaviors, then I think we can make simple steps to make huge outcomes, huge improvements in the quality of life for these populations. One of the things that inspires me about the work of the BARKA Foundation here in Burkina Faso and that of other partner NGOs is that you are making some progress in mobilizing the community and addressing a problem that has had such devastating impact on the lives of our partners here in Burkina Faso. One of the things that really strikes me is the absence or the lack of availability of improved sanitation resources to so many members of the population here in Burkina Faso. Did you know, and you do know, that only a quarter of households here in Burkina Faso have access to improved toilets, improved sanitation. And the other thing that really rips at my heart is that annually we can track as many as 55,000 infant deaths due to poor availability of water sanitation. We have a chance. We have a chance now to mobilize these resources, to work with partners, to take the skills that we've acquired around the world and apply them to this problem here in Burkina Faso and address those horrific 55,000 deaths per year, or the loss of economic productivity. Did you know that $170 million are lost in economic productivity here in Burkina Faso alone? That's about 2% of gross national product because of poor management of this critical resource, water. We can mobilize our resources. We can mobilize our intellectual capital. We can mobilize communities. And together with NGOs like the BARKA Foundation that's doing such great work here in Burkina Faso, we can get ahead of this problem and we can improve daily lives. To have the opportunity to work with the BARKA Foundation and to see the work that BARKA Foundation is doing in this area where water plays such a role in the daily lives of the community was an inspiration to me. I wanted to be part of this mobilization of energy and effort and communities all around best practices to manage the water resources that we have, because together, managing those resources will make a better future for the communities we're working with. So one of the things I like about BARKA is the fact that BARKA Foundation has been in the region for a long, long time. BARKA has sunk deep roots in the community, and through those deep roots, you can adjust interventions with community members in ways that those community members can deeply and effectively absorb. That, I think, is that cutting-edge, grassroots sorts of interactions that have really positive impacts on trying to achieve the outcomes we've collectively set for ourselves. So those deep roots, engagements with the community, I think those are tools that are extremely effective at changing behaviors in ways that create a better future for our target population. What a wonderful way to spend this limited amount of time we have on this planet, but to reach out and form a bond with people who are striving to improve the quality of life for those who don't have the benefits and don't have the resources that so many of us take for granted. So what we have here is a partnership of Burkinabe and American, of the United States government and non-governmental organizations and communities coming together to address these challenges. And together they improve lives. And being able to be a part of that, what a joy. And that is why I like working with non-governmental organizations like the BARKA Foundation.